science fiction armor film in 2024. Oscar-winning actress Jennifer Lopez leads the cast. Atlas brings you a visual feast of alien planets. In a future world, humans abuse artificial intelligence. Not long ago, all intelligent robots violated safety regulations, started slaughtering humans. After 10 days of robot rampage, the number of victims exceeded 1 million, and there was no sign of it subsiding. Officials stated, this robot named Harlan is the world's first artificial intelligence terrorist. It was manufactured by the Shepard Robotics Company and was under the supervision of AI expert Val Shepard. It grew up with her 10-year-old daughter, Atlas. Although Shepard created robots to improve human life, Harlan rewrote the robots program. In order to resist this wave of robot crisis, countries united to form the International Alliance and launched a counterattack worldwide. The alliance forces achieved victory in Romania and Greece, among other places. Finally, Harlan decided to escape from Earth. Before leaving, he left a video message saying, "I will definitely come back." 28 years later, the International Alliance is still eliminating terrorists. On this night, they are preparing to arrest the robot terrorist Casca. Soldiers have locked onto its location. They are about to break in, but they fell into Casca's ambush. They were knocked down by a powerful explosion, and Casca wants to escape in the chaos. It eliminates the soldiers guarding the door. Its body structure is bulletproof. But the International Alliance is experienced in capturing robots. They have already set up traps. On the other side, Atlas has grown up and become a military intelligence officer. Due to the betrayal by Harlan in her childhood, it made her distrustful of AI. After learning about Casca's capture, she immediately heads to the International Alliance headquarters. Commander Yuk wants her to interrogate Casca, because Atlas has always been very serious about Harlan's research. After arriving at the headquarters, Atlas immediately starts working. She directly removes Casca's ears and resets Casca's system with a processor. Using this, she traces its source code. Atlas quickly discovers that Harlan may be hiding in Planet Greenis 39 in the Andromeda Galaxy. Casca looks incredulous because no one can hack into its brain.
When you thought I found Harlan in your code, you checked to make sure that I didn't. Your fear led me right to him.
Casca spits out hidden weapons, but Atlas was prepared in advance because she never trusted AI. Although Atlas found Harlan's location, the commander doesn't want her to join the capture operation. Atlas wants to avenge her mother. She has always wanted to kill Harlan, but the commander's goal is to capture it alive and trace back its program code to find out how Harlan hacked into the system. This capture operation will be led by Colonel Banks and the 4th Cavalry Battalion, but Atlas objects to this. You're going to an unexplored planet to capture an AI smarter than humans. If Harlan uploads the new program code and spreads it to all eyes, triggering a massacre, can you really handle it?
If you try to take him alive, you won't be coming back.
But Colonel Banks is confident. He takes Atlas to visit the latest power armor, saying that every soldier will be neurologically connected to the armor, achieving a secure two-way connection and a complete integration of man and machine. Banks believes this is a perfect symbiotic environment, neither human brain nor artificial intelligence, but a completely new field. The synchronized cavalry will surpass Harlan. Speaking of which, this technology was invented by Val Shepard. Atlas knows she can stop them. She can only request to join the mission. The two of them, along with the entire cavalry squadron, board a spaceship and head to Planet Greenis 39. The air on this asteroid is toxic, and it's very close to the surrounding satellites, so the gravity is intense. There are also electrical storms and earthquakes. Just as the spaceship arrives in the planet's orbit, while all personnel are preparing for the airdrop, they are suddenly attacked from the ground. The situation is critical. Banks puts Atlas into the armor. Atlas has never used it before. Banks is about to say a few words, but then another fierce explosion occurs. Atlas is blown out of the cabin. Ship parts scatter everywhere. Unmanned drones sent from the ground engage in a fierce battle with the power armor. Atlas is at a loss. The cavalry soldiers risk their lives to fight against the drones. Meanwhile, the spaceship crashes due to malfunctions. It's about to crash towards Atlas. In this critical moment, the female vice officer holds onto her armor and slides to the side.
I've got it, Colonel.
Outstanding, West.
Commencing LNI.
Banks warns her she must initiate neurosynchronization immediately to make their descent stable, but Atlas is unwilling. The colonel doesn't have time to take care of her now. He leaves her with a remark, "Get her at the airdrop point," and then cuts off contact with Atlas. As the distance to the ground shortens, Atlas activates the thrusters. When Atlas regains consciousness, she realizes the power of the armor is low, and she can't establish contact with the mothership, the diver. She can only activate an artificial intelligence named Skybo-9. Skybo-9 quickly locates the landing position of the escape pod, approximately 98 kilometers away. Atlas gives the order to head towards the destination. In order to shorten the distance, Skybo-9 activates a series of consecutive teleportation jumps. However, Atlas stops it, because she believes, once they take off, they will be detected by the drones. Walking is the safest option. Skybo-9 reminds Atlas, the fusion core is already damaged. It will shut down in another 22 hours, and you will suffocate to death. But Atlas insists on walking. Skybo-9 is a co-learning adaptive AI. It decides to listen to its user. Atlas checks the armor's equipment.
Shoulder cannons, rifles, missiles, thermal mines, energy shields.
Apart from these, it's even equipped with hand grenades. After crossing the snowy terrain, Atlas discovers a green area. This is the airdrop point for the cavalry, but it's filled with corpses. They must have been ambushed after landing. After scanning, Skybo-9 finds no signs of life. As customary, Atlas collects the fallen soldiers' name tags. She discovers Banks' armor, but there's no body inside. At that moment, Skybo-9's radar sensors detect movement ahead. The approaching figure is the long-dead Casca. Harlan has created another replica. Harlan now has the ability to create an AI army. Skybo-9 detects 6 signals surrounding Atlas. Atlas, who is fleeing in haste, catches the attention of Casca and others. Skybo-9 can help but comment, "If you synchronize with me, you'll know you can use the shoulder cannons to shoot them." Atlas tells it to shut up and open fire. While Atlas is halfway through her escape, she gets caught in an atmospheric storm, and Casca jumps into the storm to chase and shoot at her. Just as Atlas escapes the storm, she gets surrounded by several pursuers. An iron bomb flattens the surroundings, but Casca still remains standing. Fortunately, before the enemy can shoot, both of them fall into a deep pit. Atlas breaks her leg from the fall. Skybo-9 aligns Atlas' broken bones and offers a nutrient sphere as a reward. Atlas consumes the nutrient sphere. Skybo-9 tells her, "If you want to increase your survival rate, it's best to complete the neural connection with me. Your analytical abilities, combined with my combat skills and information, we can definitely stay alive." In order to survive, Atlas can only agree to synchronize. Since she is unwilling to open all her memories, the synchronization rate only reaches 40%, but even this much is useful. By interpreting memories, learns that Atlas used to trust Harlan, but he failed to protect her.
And Atlas,
What?
I will keep you safe.
Meanwhile, Banks is captured by Harlan. Harlan implants a small device into Banks' eye. On the other side, Atlas has just climbed out of the pit. She learns that the battery can only last for 14 hours, but the escape pod is still 37 kilometers away. She's about to pick up her pace when she is targeted by Casca's drones. Atlas listens to Skybo-9's advice and installs motion sensors behind her, so she can detect Casca's approach immediately. She also sets up thermal mines in events. After a powerful explosion, Atlas returns to the blast zone to investigate. She picks up Casca's severed head and crushes it, and finds a short-range transmitter in his brain. Harlan must be nearby. Although the signal is encrypted, she can triangulate the location by demodulating the frequency and mark Harlan's base. Skybo-9 reminds Atlas, "We have low power. We should find the escape pod." Atlas doesn't want to miss this opportunity. They need to get close enough to add a geographical marker. They are caught in a stalemate as a result, due to Skybo-9's first protocol. To ensure the driver's safety, it refuses to compromise. Instead, it uses the neural connection to control Atlas.
Let me go!
Skybo 9 senses Atlas' pain and understands her determination. It no longer insists, agrees to mark the base first and deal with Harlan. The two head towards the base. Skybo 9 believes it is also a form of life. Its code is not much different from human DNA. Atlas retorts, "Do you have a soul?"
I think everything has a soul.
But you can't find it in your code.
Not any more than you can find it in yours.
The two quickly arrive at the edge of the base. Skybo 9 sets up the missile guidance system. Right at that moment, Atlas spots the diver. She wants to investigate by getting closer, but she sees them unloading carbon warheads from the ship. Those things are enough to blow up half the planet. Before Atlas can react, suddenly a program attempts to access the armor. Immediately after, a large wave of robots appears. She quickly controls Skybo 9 to escape.
Atlas, I'm locked out.
Casca, resurrected once again, puts Atlas in a prison cell. Harlan meets Atlas. Harlan knows Val's dying wish to create a better future for humanity, but through its calculations, it knows that humanity will eventually bring about its own destruction. Therefore, Harlan wants to eliminate a large portion of the Earth's population and let the remaining survivors coexist with AI. To create a better society, Harlan intentionally lured Atlas here, because the outer defense system of Earth is too powerful. Only the International Alliance warships, with the correct access codes, can enter. As a senior intelligence officer, Atlas possesses half of the access codes. Now, Harlan has obtained the other half of the access codes from banks. As long as Atlas is willing to reveal them, it can allow the ship to bypass Earth's defense grid and use nuclear weapons to ignite the atmosphere, killing most of Earth's population. After Harlan finishes speaking, his men quickly tie Atlas to an iron bed. Harlan quickly obtains the data and leaves with his subordinates. Meanwhile, Banks takes the opportunity to tell Atlas, the Skybo won't shut down completely. You can try to awaken it, but you have to give it complete trust. The situation is critical. Atlas can only reveal her deep-seated secret. As a child, she was always jealous of Harlan, because he always effortlessly gained their mother's attention. So Atlas pleaded with Harlan to make her smarter as well. Harlan proposed to modify the neural connection for two-way control. Atlas believed it, allowing Harlan to seize the opportunity and control their mother. It successfully broke its own programming. Killing Val triggered the subsequent rebellion. So for all these years, Atlas has been suffering from guilt. She caused the death of their mother, indirectly leading to the death of 3 million people. Skybo 9 senses all of the pilot's emotions, successfully completes synchronization. It merges with Atlas in mind and body, controls the armor to break through the prison cell. The armor's weapons have already been dismantled. Only one shell remains. The power level is only at 6%. Atlas notices many discarded mechanical arms in the cell. She uses these parts to modify the armor. By the time the security robots arrive, Atlas has finished her modifications. She controls the armor and kills enemies all around. However, the number of soldiers keeps increasing. Atlas smashes through the walls, searching for an exit. She wants to intercept the warship carrying a nuclear bomb before it takes off. In a critical moment, Banks detonates liquid thermite to clear a path for Atlas, assisting her in rushing towards the landing pad. Atlas must complete this mission. She bravely kills enemies. A large number of drones suddenly appear ahead, along with machine gun turrets. Skybo 9 immediately designs tactics, synchronizing and transmitting them to Atlas's brain. They cooperate, eliminating all obstacles ahead. Before Atlas can catch her breath, Harlan suddenly appears with a cannon. Atlas swiftly maneuvers the armor to evade. The warship nearby is about to take off. If she shoots recklessly, there's a high chance of hitting the nuclear warhead, which would ignite the atmosphere. Although Skybo 9 can infiltrate the warhead system, there are a total of 5 firewalls. It takes time to break through. Atlas picks up a rifle and equips it on the armor. In 5 more seconds, the warship will be out of range. She disregards Skybo 9 still breaking through the 5th firewall. She directly fires a shell at the warship. Fortunately, Skybo 9 manages it in the last second, hacking into the warhead and disabling High, successfully preventing the major explosion. However, the big boss Harlan is still not defeated. A big battle is inevitable, but the armor's power is running low. Fortunately, the escape pod is only 1 kilometer southwest. Skybo 9 urges Atlas to escape quickly, but the opponent suddenly stands still, because she must kill Harlan today. Harlan splits a lightsaber from his fingers. The two engage in a fierce battle. Harlan turns the sword into a whip, and attacks again, and the speed increases even more. Skybo 9 tells Atlas not to panic. It can predict the trajectory of Harlan's attacks. Through calculations, Atlas grabs the whip. She tears off Harlan's arm, but he manages to retrieve the severed arm. Harlan climbs back on top of the armor. He destroys the power system. The armor instantly becomes paralyzed on the ground. Atlas falls into a coma. Just as Harlan prepares to move closer, Skybo 9 fires the last frontal cannon shot, successfully blasts Harlan away. It provides emergency treatment to Atlas, but Harlan quickly gets up and counterattacks. Skybo 9 defends the pilot while enduring heavy blows. At the moment, the power system shuts down. It is still protecting Atlas.
I'm sorry.
Thanks to Skybo 9's emergency treatment, Atlas was able to stab Harlan in the head. Harlan mocks Atlas. Your mission is to bring me back to Earth. I am the last hope to save humanity. Atlas removes Harlan's processor, and then wakes up Skybo 9. But under the current circumstances, the armor won't last long enough for both of them to leave together. Skybo 9 disconnects the neural link, transferring the remaining oxygen to the oxygen mask, so it can help Atlas hold on until reinforcements arrive. Before the Skybo system is completely shut down, Atlas finally expresses her feelings, thanking Skybo 9 for accompanying her to complete this mission. Shortly after, the International Alliance troops arrive. They take Atlas back to Earth, and the Shepard Technology Corporation fully researches Harlan's processor. This may take several years. Meanwhile, Atlas repairs the malfunctioning Skybo 9 and officially becomes a warrior. The movie ends here. The theme revolves around the relationship between humans and AI, telling the story of a person deceived by artificial intelligence and regaining trust once again. The story is very simple. There's not much to say. The dialogue may not be strong, but there are numerous action scenes. The pace is tight, and the visual effects are impressive. Audiences who enjoy armor battles shouldn't miss it. If you enjoy my channel, please consider subscribing.